On Tuesday afternoon, over 50 pro-choice protesters rallied at the state capitol behind me. At this very intersection behind me, more than 100 people were watching drivers doing donuts, stunts, and burning rubber. And this was actually right after the Garth Brooks concert, where tens of thousands of people were leaving Tiger Stadium. Acres aren't necessary to plant strawberries. In fact, the next generation of farmers are getting their hands dirty here at LSU's Hill Farm teaching facility. Shifting more representation and resources to minorities in Louisiana is a slow task.
When we look at the population shift from 2010 to 2020, we see that Louisiana's got blacker and browner from those 10 years.
Almost 40% of Louisiana residents are minorities according to census data.
Black residents make up 1/3 of Louisiana's voting population. Several civil rights organizations urged lawmakers to redraw the district lines to properly represent the state's minorities.
Young people and people in general not having a second majority minority district impacts us a lot. We're like for the next 10 years.
And laws passed could leave a mark for 20, 30, or even 40 years after.
And not having correct representation in the state of Louisiana with the numerous HBCUs that we have in Louisiana can affect this on a whole entire scale because HBCUs are already underfunded.
A Forbes study found Southern University and A&M College was amongst several black institutions severely underfunded by state governments. Since 1987, Southern University was underfunded by almost $1.4 billion per student compared to predominantly white schools. Representative Larry Selders of District 67 says state funding is based off enrollment of the school.
So we don't really have a lot of money to give our universities as we wish we should. And so we always kind of fall, at the bottom.
Diversity increasing steadily in Louisiana may call for more support for its minority institutions.
I just want to urge all college students to get involved in redistricting and even just social justice in general because we're the next generation of change makers.
Change makers who may one day draw the district lines in the Capitol decades later. For Tiger TV News, I'm Maria Pham. 3 out of 4 adults don't exercise enough in Louisiana.
Part of the issue is just how we live, what resources are available to us, what safe spaces are available to us, how much time do we have in our day to partition to exercise.
But what if there was a pill that targeted our needs using the benefits of physical activity? Dr. Christopher Axelrod, the director of Innovative Physiology and Molecular Medicine Lab, and his team are discovering the ways exercise improves health.
But we don't necessarily understand why. The molecules that are produced in response to exercise help to decrease body fat. And those may be really good for obesity treatment.
The researchers created a model called Exercise in a Dish.
They take a muscle cell, grow it in a dish, and actually physically contract it.
In one experiment, the cells were covered in fat and revealed the model can ease the negative consequences of excess fat. Dr. Axelrod says the research remains far from drug development.
In our work, a lot of what is restricted is how we can fund our projects to keep them moving forward. And what that usually ends up being is that things take 5, 10, 15, 20 years to really make substantial impact.
But Dr. Gray Riveria, the Louisiana Department of Health's Region 2 medical director, says diet, exercise, and medical care impact only 50% of health. The rest lies in socioeconomic and environmental factors.
Whenever there's a creation of a new therapeutic agent or a clinical path to some hopeful positive endpoint, we have to think about what populations will be served.
With old and new medicine, the challenge of equal access is a discussion that may never see an end. For Tiger TV News, I'm Maria Pham. Charlotte Bergeron went from using a scooter to a walker and finally a cane. All thanks to one fitness class, Silver Sneakers.
I have 3 therapists that work with me, a speech, occupational, and a physical. But this right here is my best therapy.
Bergeron was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and attends 2 classes a day, 3 days a week. Another gym goer, Terry Bishop, has attended Silver Sneakers for about 7 months now and also saw improvement.
Well, I didn't realize after a couple of years of retirement how much I had lost my balance, strength, endurance. So it's just made a big difference.
A senior fitness course like Silver Sneakers allows participants to push their limits with supervision. Both Bergeron and Bishop owe this safe space to bright-spirited Coach Barrett Murphy.
People like to be around people. We don't like to be put away in the corner and say, you at this age, you can't do a whole lot. But that's not true. And the class is not easy. I got people that come, I think, what you gonna do, sit in chairs? No, we don't sit.
Not only does it serve as a comfort zone for exercise, but it also is a platform for community.
I think we've gotten to be real good friends. So we have a lot of fun. We cut up, Coach gets on to us, but we like a bunch of little kids he's trying to round up.
Coach Murphy says he spends a lot of time saying, okay folks, let's get back into it between exercises.
But that's okay. Some of these people go home, there's nobody at home but maybe the cat or a dog in them. But this is an outlet for them to be around people. And it's so good for the aging to have people that they can identify with and they can talk to.
Silver Sneakers also offers workout videos and social forums to help seniors exercise from home.
Make it a part of your life so that if you do end up with an illness that you cannot control, you'll be able to keep it up and live a good life.
For Tiger TV News, I'm Maria Pham.